Hello everyone, it's Tess and today's tip 282, and today I looked up articles on tips for helping you with your weight loss goals in the wintertime. I feel like we just got into winter. All of a sudden we've got the cold, damp, wet weather and our temperatures getting down lower. So I thought, well, I'm going to start looking at things of how they encourage us during the winter months to keep on our commitment. And I found an article, and it was called 11 Tips to Help You with Your Weight Loss Goals in Winter. And it kind of talked about the fact that during the winter months, naturally, if you look at Mother Nature all around us, animals tend to bulk up in the winter and get thinner in the summer. And it's kind of a cycle where everyone kind of bulks up winter, thins down summer. And it's kind of connected to nature. When you're cold, your body needs more. There's not as much food available, like for the nature part of stuff. Well, we kind of follow that same pattern. And it says, really, we do tend to eat heaviest during harvest, and that extra weight we use historically, like the animals in nature use it to have food and to stay warm during winter. Well, we don't have those issues anymore, but I think that sometimes maybe we fall into patterns. There is some talk too, they were starting to do some research, I'll have to do further research on this, that they were finding a connection between sunlight and the size of fat cells, something to do with lipids or the sweat released, that your fat cells are smaller in the summer than the winter. Now, I don't know a lot about that, but it's something maybe I can look into later. What they did talk about is they gave 11 tips to stay on track during the winter months. And the number one tip was eat winter produce. And I think that's a great one, because a lot of what we do in the challenge is we eat a green smoothie and a big salad every day just to get natural nutrients in our body. Well, a lot of your winter vegetables are like winter greens, root veggies. You know, there's a lot of different root veggies. You've got your potatoes and your beets and that kind of stuff. So you might want to look at using what Mother Nature provides naturally this time of year. And use it in different ways, you know, use it in soups, because a soup is a chunky smoothie, I guess you could call it, or blend it up and have it like a smoothie warm. Things in your salad. When I was younger, I didn't like beets, but I really do kind of like beets in my salad now. I just cut it up in small pieces. So the number one tip for the wintertime is eat your winter produce. Number two is to eat good, healthy fats. We've all heard that dozens and dozens of times, but what they kind of did is they reminded us of what good fats are: nuts, olive oil, I can't even, I say the word all the time and I get online and I can't say it. Avocado. I don't know why I tripped on that this morning. Walnuts, fish, salmon, mackerel, herring, and sunflower. So those are some good healthy fats that we can get into our diet. Dr. always cautions us that one handful of nuts is enough. If we eat the entire package, it's better and healthier fat, but it's still way too many calories. So number three is work out at home. I still do walk outside with my mom every morning. Yes, we've already walked outside today. Yesterday we walked inside because it was raining, but you can find things to do indoors. Right now there's a lot of online activities you can do. Having a person that you exercise with, I think, is helpful, because it does stop you from avoiding it. But you can do online dance workouts, you can do yogas, you can do walking tapes that are online. We just actually have a trail that we do in my basement for walking, but they reminded us that indoor activity can be done. And what you can remember is that even if you do it in smaller increments, if you decide to put in 10 minutes, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, that's just as good as doing 60 minutes, because you're at least getting yourself moving and motivated and your blood circulating. Number 4, healthy sugars. This was a good one too, because too many of us got into that processed habit. I know that's what one of my problems was pre-surgical. So if you can look for natural ways to sweeten things, I have found, and I think most people have, that when you get away from the processed sugars, the natural sugars really are satisfying, and they're more of a range of flavors. I think the flavors is more of a chemical flavor when you're eating the processed stuff. And healthy sugars are beetroot, sweet potato, pumpkins, apples, bananas, pears. So think about that. When we get into the early next year, like January through March, you start getting your grapefruit, your citrusy things, grapefruits, oranges and that kind of stuff. And actually because I was anemic one time, I used to eat a lot of grapefruit so my body would absorb the iron. And I love to eat grapefruit just peeled. I love to just peel it like an orange, and sometimes I take that skin off because it's a little tough, the membrane around each individual piece. But I love to eat grapefruit just peeled. Cold water. Okay, this was interesting. I don't always like to be cold in the winter, especially now that I've lost quite a bit of weight, but it does say that drinking cold water makes your body work harder to turn it warm. So that is something that they do recommend. Water is definitely critical. We know our bodies are 70 to 80% water, so get that water in because it'll make all your body parts function properly. But if you make it a little cold, your body has to work a little harder. It does talk about sleep patterns. If you tend to stay up really late and then sleep in the morning, maybe shift your schedule a little and try to start waking up so that you can take full advantage of all the amount of time that the sun is up. Right now here, we don't have the sun up yet, but I have already walked and I have walked outside. But try to, if you are not taking advantage of the whole time the sun is up, maybe try to shift your schedule a little bit so that you can. I see someone's online with me, so hello, whoever that is. I just can't see who you are. The next one is 7 is bundle up. And what they were referring to with that is they said the more layers of clothes and the more awkward it is because you're carrying them around, it's just the more active that your body is. It's more calories it's burning. I guess it's almost like saying if you put on hand weights and leg weights, you're going to burn more calories. I kind of mentioned this earlier. They say choose soup as an entree. Choosing a soup or a salad as an entree has proven in studies that you'll eat 100 less calories per day. A soup can be like a chunky smoothie, or if you want to make it smoother, just blend it up and drink it like a V8. That's definitely something to do, and I do that a lot. Like a green smoothie and a salad a day is always the goal, and I eat a narrower window of hours per day because I can get myself in trouble if I give myself too much free rein. Number 9, and this was an interesting one, but it says order in versus going out. And they said the reason behind it is that you know that if you're going to order in a meal, you have to order and plan for like at least an hour for delivery. You will tend to choose healthier foods if you are ordering in and having it delivered. You will maybe be hungry and you will eat more and purchase more than you need if you actually go to the restaurant. So they're saying actually order in. If you're not going to make the meal at home, order in. Number 10 was treat yourself. But in treating yourself, they were saying like if you want something sweet. Well, there's a lot of things you can do. Like I said, if you get off the processed sugars and you get back to the natural sugars, you can find that you really love things. Like I love cinnamon with apples, and there's different things I'll do with it. But we have so many options available with fruits to give yourself a sweet boost, like baked apples and putting a little cinnamon on them. Sometimes if it's not too cold out, maybe a berry smoothie or just maybe some fresh berries. I love fresh raspberries. And right now they've been on sale lately in our grocery store. So I'm not, I've been eating those. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of oats and a little bit of oats, and I will put in like some almond milk or some coconut water or whatever. And I will like warm it up and I'll add apples and cinnamon to it. And I like that. So there's different things you can do. It's kind of like an overnight oat thing, but I actually warm it, and you can warm overnight oats. So definitely look for ways with all natural fruits to make your things sweet. But they're also pointing out that there are, if you want something that's sweet, sometimes beetroot is sweet and sweet potatoes are sweet. The 11th and last pointer that they have for us is number 11 is embrace the cold weather. Outdoor activities cause your body to generate heat, which equals more of a calorie burn. So instead of hibernating, maybe get out there and try snowboarding. Maybe try downhill skiing. Maybe try, I have snowshoes, so snowshoeing. There's a lot of cool things out in nature, and we just have to find a way to embrace it. If we're going to live in the colder communities, we just got to find a way to enjoy it. So I'll take a couple minutes and I'll go back through this list, and I'm just gearing up and thinking about how I'm going to move forward. So I just wanted to share with you my tip 282 was an article I found, and I think it was from Better Health, and it's called 11 Tips to Help You with Your Weight Loss Goals in the Wintertime. Number 1, was eat winter produce, meaning root vegetables and winter greens. Number 2 was get good quality fats, meaning nuts, olive oil, avocado, and I said it this time, walnuts, fish, salmon, mackerel, herring, and sunflower. Number 3 was work out at home, because there will be times where you can't get outdoors, or in my case, there'll be times when it's going to be snow shoveling that's going to get me outdoors. But I do still walk outdoors, but if I can't walk outdoors due to rain, we walk downstairs. But there's always online exercise classes. I have a trail in my basement that we walk. We actually go up and down the steps while we're walking in the basement. You can find ways to be active at home, and what they say is, even if you can't make yourself commit to 60 minutes or even 30 minutes, at your home constant, just do 10-minute increments, because at least then you're active, and throughout the day you just boost your metabolism up multiple times through the day. So even if you can only get 10 minutes in because it bores you to be in the same place, do those 10 minutes a bunch of times during the day. It will be helpful. Number 4, healthy sugars. And again, this is the non-processed stuff. You want all natural as much as possible. Beetroot, sweet potato, pumpkins, apples, bananas, pears, berries, and when we get into the early part of next year, it'll be citrus fruits. So try to find healthy natural sugars. Number 5, their tip was drink cold water, because your body will have to warm it up to body temperature. Number 6 is sleep. Take a look at if you're getting the full advantage of the daylight hours, and if you are not, maybe you should go to sleep a little earlier and wake a little earlier so that you actually do enjoy the benefits of the sun while the sun is up. Number 7 is bundle up. They said the more layers of clothes you have, the more awkward it is to move around. The more awkward it is to move around, the more calories you burn. Number 8, choose soup as an entree, because they were kind of saying if you choose soup or salad as an entree, you will reduce your calorie consumption at a meal by about 100 calories. So whether it's a soup, or I might blend things up and make it a smoothie, a warm soup smoothie, getting those vegetables in actually has helped me a lot in the past 2 years. So choose a soup, choose a salad, but put that with your meal, and it tends to reduce the number of calories you eat. This was an interesting one. Number 9 is order in versus dine out. When you order in, you're more able to follow your plan, because you are not starving and walking in the door. You're planning ahead because you've got an hour, before they're going to actually deliver it. So people tend to make better choices. Number 10 is treat yourself, but look at what you're treating yourself with. You don't have to treat yourself with the candy bar. You can find an all-natural way to treat yourself. Like this time of year, there's a lot of apples and cinnamon. I have fresh berries if they're available. I sometimes will mix oats and apples and cinnamon and warm that up, like overnight oats, but I make them warm instead of cold. Look for alternatives. There's all kinds of alternatives, pears, anything like that. Just try something different, but you get a natural fruit. Number 11 is embrace the cold weather. If you're in the winter communities, there's something you love about it, so get out there and enjoy it. There's snowshoeing. If you're careful, you can walk, depending on what the temperature is. There's snowshoeing. There's going to be a shoveling. You can walk if it's good weather. You can snow ski. You can snowboard. There's all kinds of activities. Ice skating. Ice skating is a cool thing. My niece used to be an avid ice skater, and I loved watching her. And that's an intense workout. If you've ever looked at figure skaters, you'll know they burn a lot of calories. So I hope you found something useful in this. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for being here, and let's make this next season the best one yet. Have a great day. Thank you.